Hi, here's another video. I've been having a look at this Sony CFM 33L on the internet. These are the original listings by the seller, and they state that it's faulty retro radio cassette for spares, and I managed to buy it for $5.42, and it's arrived, as you can see here. Let's get it out of the box and show you. It was for sale, spares and repairs, so it probably doesn't work or doesn't work properly. Let me just show you around it. It looks quite tidy, just a little bit dusty, a few spots of paint, but it's intact. Only thing is the aerials are broken off at the end, which I'm going to have a look at, see if we can get another one. Let me show you the back. As in the listings, just covered in cobwebs. Let me show you the battery compartment here. Springs are nice and clean. So what I'm going to do is strip it down and have a look, see what the problem is, give it a clean first. So first thing I'm going to do is pull the unit apart. Just remove the 5 screws on the back, just dismantling it, as you can see here. And then the unit should just lift apart, separate the front from the back, as you can see here. A little bit tricky, but it does come apart, as you can see here. Obviously the components inside and the wirings kind of holding it together. Just to show you inside here, I managed to get it separate, and I'm going to be removing all of these components. Just give you a little close up there, because I'm going to give the whole unit a good clean and then find out what the problem is, see if I can get it working, even though I haven't actually tested it yet. So let me just start by dismantling the unit. And the first thing I noticed, the drive belt for the cassette is just sitting in the bottom of the machine on the inside, the drive belt. So obviously the cassette's not going to be working. Let me just remove the speakers, just remove the main speaker there. There's a tweet in the middle, which I'm just undoing here, as you can see. And then I'm just going to remove the rest of the panels. This is the cassette module. I'm just removing it from the front panel. It's just 3 screws holding that in place. See there? And wires, obviously. Just push these front panels to one side. And I've removed all the electronics. Now I'm just going to remove the main board and transformer and some other bits inside. See, I've got all the screws out for the main board, just lifting that out. And I've unscrewed the transformer, like I said, also. Just put that to one side. Get a little close up there. I'm going to have to cut these wires, which are for the battery, and I'll resolder them later, just to separate the whole thing, because that's all that's holding it in place now. Okay, I've managed to separate the panels, which I'm going to give a good clean. Let me just show you here. All the knobs, all the buttons, also give them a clean. You see here, and I'm just going to pop them into this bucket with soap, as well as the back panel. Yeah. Dust inside and outside, and then I'm just going to leave it soak for a bit, and then just give the whole thing a good scrub, see if we can get rid of all the decades of dirt and paint. Just going to give it a scrub with a soft brush, and then here just rinsing all the soap off. I'm just going to leave these 2 sections to dry. Whilst I have a look at the components, this cassette mechanism, and like I said, the belt was just sitting in the bottom of the drive belt for the cassette, for the tape, was just sitting in the bottom of the machine, so I'm going to replace that. Just remove this bracket here for the capstan. I've got a selection of belts. I'm just going to pop one on here, like so. Excuse the back of my hand. Let's give a close up here. obviously I've got the belt fitted. Whereas before it was just sitting in the bottom of the machine. Okay, so now that that's fitted, I'm just going to put the bracket back on, which holds the capstan in place. Capstan is the grey wheel you can see. And then just put the screws on for that also. That seems fine. So if I just flip it over, there's another belt which I've replaced. I'm not going to show you replacing it, but it drives the counter. You can see there as I'm turning it, the counter's moving. But I've replaced that belt. Also another problem, the speakers don't work, so the sound you can hear is coming from an external speaker. I'll show you later. But I've got to use some contact spray because the volume's crackly. The sliding volume is crackly, so I'm going to put some contact spray on these black runners here. There's contact spray there, so I'll just get that blast and just try and work it in. Right, let me just show you here. The only way I can get sound is through this external speaker, which I plug in the headphone socket, because there's a problem on the board. It's not producing any sound, only through the headphones. See there? So, if I just switch it on, you can hear the sound. It's coming through the external speaker.
Win, as it proved to be, under Wayne
only.
Rooney.
So what I've got to do now is find out what the problem is. Disconnected it. And these three wires here, white, blue and yellow, are for the speaker. If I move it, I discovered the sound comes. So obviously I'm going to have to solder that because there's a bad solder on that, on there, preventing sound obviously from the speakers. See, when I move away, you can hear sound. So let me just flip this board over and just highlight there. That's where the three speaker wires connected. So I'll just put a little solder on them. And straight away you can see the sounds come back now. Put a bit more solder on. Just a dry joint. But I've got sound now from the speakers. Don't need the external speakers anymore. And I've got to put my finger on the antenna, which is up here.
It was stayed well to
You'll hear it better.
terrific leader
For
there,
a better
hasn't he?
reception. This is the radio, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, Barry Ballard's played over 450 games now.
That's resolved,
for
the
Sheffield
sound.
Wednesday, which seems extraordinary. That's not even the most in the team alive.
Okay. Let's flip that section back over.
Sheffield Wednesday won here. He scored the
And
only
like I said,
goal.
put my finger on the
I said to you earlier, you can go
antenna.
one of two ways. I think,
the radio.
you know, the players for Sheffield
Coming from
Wednesday.
the speakers now, where as they weren't before.
Frustrated, annoyed.
Are here with us in front row, literally in the front row in the radio theatre here.
Okay.
The first
So
one I need to talk to
next
you-
thing,
feeling for themselves and for the fans.
I've got
So,
sound for
yeah,
the
you can go one
speakers.
of
Let me
two
just
ways
test
tonight.
these cassettes
Sheffield
working.
ultimately
Clean the
have to
head.
confirm who's lost.
I think, Daz, when
And
they're playing away from home, it's the home
I've
team
replaced the
that's
belt
under
obviously
pressure.
earlier.
And it's very
So
telling
if I just
that
press
the win
play,
they had this season was
as you can see we've got sound.
only winner in the league.
Once I flick it over to the tape, if that's where you can find them, just turn this cassette over and let's play again. Once I fit it in properly, just press play there, and as you can see, it's playing the tape, and we've got sound now, and it's playing fine. I said it wouldn't play before because the belt was broken, sitting in the bottom of the machine, but sound from out the speakers, and it sounds quite nice actually. Okay, so pretty satisfied with that. And now that I've got the cassette working, there's just certain parts I'm going to put a bit of grease along some of these sliding parts inside the cassette mechanism, just so it slides easier, only a little small amount. Okay, so I've got everything working. I've got the parts nice and dry, as you can see here. That's the front cover. You can see the back cover there, and I've got the radio to work. So it's just a matter of putting it back together lively, as you can see here. And let me just stop it here, because if you remember before, I had to cut the wires for the radio. Here you can see me just resoldering them back up. I had to cut the wires to remove the PCB. Just put a bit of shrink wrap around where I've soldered on the black and the red terminals, and let me just heat shrink that, just so it doesn't come into contact with anything. And I'll just heat shrink the red one as well. Okay, pretty satisfied with that, so let me just completely fully reassemble the unit. See here, time lapse it because the video's gone on long enough. And everything's assembled, all the cables are in nice and tidy into their cable tidy. It's just a matter of closing the unit up. And you have that clip together there. So it's just a matter of, let me just put some tissue down first. They're putting the radio straight onto the table. So if I put the radio down, and it's just a matter of refitting the screws. I'll time lapse this as well. Just put the 5 or 6 screws in the back of the machine. And that's the screws fitted. So now it's just a case of pop some batteries inside the battery compartment. Just takes a 4. I'll just close that up. Okay, this is the complete unit. It's all done now. Let me show you what it looks like. Nice and clean. This is what it looked like before I cleaned it, and this is what it looks like now. Nice and clean. And let me show you the back as well. Also, obviously had a good clean. This is what it looked like before, with all the cobwebs and dirt. And this is what it looks like now. There's a model number on the bottom there. So now that that's done, it's just a matter of testing the unit. So let me just flick the radio on, and it's on long wave. You can see the volume there, just testing that. It's not crackling anymore. And let me just pop it onto another channel, medium wave. And let me just check that it's tuning in correctly. If it is, you can see there, look nice and clean. Let's flick it up to FM. And once again, that seems to be working fine. Just tune that into the channels also. So far so good, everything seems to be working fine. So now it's just a case of, let me see if we can get a cassette, pop it in, and switch it over to tape, and press play. And as you can hear there, it's playing fine. I've adjusted the head so it's nice and clear, and it seems to be playing fine. Just adjust the tone as well. Let me just show you here. It's the counter. Replace the belt for that also. So this seems to be running fine. Pretty chuffed with it. Stop. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.